The Mega Millions jackpot hit $1.6 billion, and there's still no word if there's been a winner in tonight's big drawing. While it's fun to imagine what we would all do with that money, hundreds of people told us on Facebook where they would donate some of it. Dominic Garcia live at the Boys and Girls Club in Denver. And Dom, that's one of the many charities that people said they would give to.
Hey, Karen, we wanted to look at this a different way and ask people what good would they do with all that money. So we took that question to social media as well as the kids at the Boys and Girls Club, and it is clear their hearts are in the right place.
We expected long wish lists full of video games, TVs, and all the toys $1 billion can buy.
I'll probably help my family.
But the kids at the Boys and Girls Club of Montbello just don't think like that.
I'll buy my mom a house and a car and take care of my mom.
If I win the lottery, I would give it to homeless people.
What about yourself?
I mean, I'll help myself too, but family comes first, I feel like.
Aaron Porteous is the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Metro Denver. We wanted to know what good lottery money could do for them, even if it was just a fraction of the jackpot.
And if we were to receive a gift of $10 million, we'd be able to open 40 new Boys and Girls Clubs and able to serve more than 35,000 children in the city.
We asked viewers if they won, what charity they donate to, and the response was overwhelming. Tweets and Facebook comments came pouring in. The Denver Rescue Mission, St. Jude, and the list went on and on.
One of the fun pieces of the game of lottery is just that chance to dream, to think about the trips you might take or places you might want to go. But the reality is you have the opportunity to do those really fun things and to give back.
And remember, you don't need to win the lottery to donate to any charity. And if you need any ideas, just ask the kids at the Montbello Boys and Girls Club.
I'll share it with the homeless people, and I'll share it with pets, and I'll share it with my mom and my family.
So I did not win. If you happen to win, remember, even a little bit can go a long way to one of the many charities like the Boys and Girls Club. In Denver, Dominic Garcia covering Colorado First.